Mind reading. Mind reading, Waves Audiobook begins with a mysterious and intriguing visual of swirling thoughts represented as glowing patterns of light, connecting people across a dimly lit room. The narrator introduces the concept of mind reading, exploring its roots in psychology, intuition, and the subtle art of understanding others on a deeper level. Scenes of people observing, analyzing, and empathizing create a sense of curiosity and wonder, setting the stage for an exploration of the power of perception and connection. Mind reading others' thoughts and emotions. This book provides a unique toolkit for anyone looking to gain a deeper understanding of how people perceive them and how to interpret and respond to unspoken cues effectively. This guide, written in a straightforward and informative language, is intended to help you understand and apply the ideas of psychological insight and nonverbal communication in your daily interactions. Mind reading begins by exploring the basics of human psychology, focusing on how thoughts and feelings can be communicated without words. The book delves into the science of body language, facial expressions, and micro-expression impairs, explaining how these can be powerful indicators of what someone is thinking and feeling. You'll learn to notice these subtle cues and interpret them, enhancing your ability to interact empathetically and strategically with others. Each chapter builds on this foundation, introducing more complex concepts in an easy-to-follow manner. You will discover techniques for active listening, emotional intelligence, and the art of asking probing questions that help reveal deeper insights into others' minds. Practical exercises are included to help you practice these skills in real-life scenarios, from professional environments to personal relationships. The book also addresses the ethical considerations of mind reading, emphasizing respect, consent, and the importance of using these skills to foster understanding and trust rather than manipulation. It's about enhancing interpersonal connections and gaining a better understanding of those around you. Mind reading is an invaluable resource for anyone who wants to improve their communication skills, enhance their emotional intelligence, and navigate social situations with more confidence. Whether you want to improve your professional relationships, strengthen your personal ties, or simply become more aware of the unspoken components of communication, this book provides the understanding as well as the resources you need to succeed. Join us on this fascinating journey into the human mind and start transforming the way you understand and interact with the world around you. With mind reading, you're not just learning a skill but adopting a new way to engage with and relate to others, paving the way for more meaningful and rewarding interactions. Start with a solid understanding of human psychology and neuroscience. You'll need to recognize body language and micro-expression impairs, developing intuition and empathy, while active listening practice keen observation, connecting those observations with existing knowledge and find patterns and symbols and behavior. Investigate telepathy techniques like visualization, meditation, and energy fields. Decode nonverbal cues in body language as well as unexpected emotional states. For more information about the ebook version of this audio, visit Audiobooks office. We notice that 72% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and like the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. The final key waiting for you unfolds as you further explore the domain of human mind and emotion. Chapter 1, Understanding Mind Reading Basics. To grasp the art of mind reading, you must first understand its fundamental principles, examining their scientific basis and intricacies. Mind reading, or telepathy, isn't about sorcery or magic. It's grounded in human psychology and neuroscience. Let's start with a basic fact. Your brain, an intricate network of neurons, sends and receives information through electrical signals. These signals generate electromagnetic waves, which some scientists believe can be read or interpreted by others given the right conditions and skills. This forms the basis of telepathy. Next, consider body language, a pivotal aspect of mind reading. You're constantly giving off nonverbal cues through your facial expressions, gestures, and posture. A trained mind reader is adept at picking up and interpreting these clues, thereby getting a glimpse into your thoughts. Furthermore, the sensitive art of reading micro-expressions, or transient facial expressions that last barely a fraction of a second, might reveal a person's genuine emotions. These micro-expressions are spontaneous and involuntary, making them a reliable indicator of someone's emotional state. Lastly, consider empathy. Empathy enables you to comprehend and share the emotions of others. It's a fundamental skill for mind reading, as it helps you to step into someone else's shoes and see things from their perspective. Understanding these basics along with dedicated practice can set you on the path to effective mind reading. Remember, though, it's about understanding others, not manipulating them. In the next section, we'll discuss setting the right intentions, an essential prerequisite for ethical mind reading. Chapter 2, Setting the right intentions. Before delving into the techniques of mind reading, it's crucial that you set the right intentions. Ensuring your pursuit is driven by empathy and understanding, not manipulation or control. The process of mind reading or telepathy isn't a tool for prying into others' privacy, but a means to better understand and connect with the people around you. Having clarity in your intentions is essential, because the energy you exude when attempting to read someone's mind can influence the outcome. Positive intentions often foster trust and openness, leading to more accurate readings. Conversely, intentions rooted in negativity or selfishness may create barriers that hinder accurate perception. Your intentions should align with the fundamental principles of respect and consideration for others' thoughts and feelings. It's about promoting open communication, building rapport, and creating a space of comfort and acceptance. Keep in mind that mind reading should never be used to take advantage of or harm others. In setting your intentions, it's useful to take time for self-reflection. Consider your motivations and what you hope to achieve. Are you seeking to strengthen your relationships, enhance your communication skills, or perhaps you're aiming to become more attuned to others' needs and emotions? By clearly defining your intentions, you set a strong foundation for ethical and effective mind reading. Chapter 3, Developing Intuition Skills. Once you've established your intentions, it's important to hone your intuition skills, as they form the backbone of effective active mind reading. Intuition is that gut feeling, a sense of knowing something without logical reasoning. It's the whisper of your subconscious mind communicating information it has gathered and processed. To develop this skill, start by acknowledging your intuition. Often it's buried under layers of logical thoughts, so it's vital to recognize its existence. Accept that you have an intuitive mind that's capable of picking up subtle signals. Next, practice mindfulness. This entails remaining present in the moment and noticing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations beyond judgment. You can't hear your intuition if you're preoccupied with the past or future. Mindfulness meditation is an excellent tool for this, as it helps clear mental clutter, allowing your intuition to surface. Thirdly, pay attention to your dreams. They're a powerful source of intuitive messages. Keep a dream journal and review it on a regular basis. Over time, you'll start noticing patterns and symbols that could provide insightful information. Lastly, trust and act on your instinct. It's one thing to hear your intuition, but another to follow it. Practice makes perfect. The more you trust your intuition, the stronger it gets. Chapter 4: Cultivating Empathy. After honing your intuition skills, you'll find cultivating empathy is an integral part of mastering mind reading. Empathy fundamentally is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about stepping into someone else's shoes, seeing the world from their perspective, and connecting with their emotion experiences. Scientifically, empathy involves the activation of mirror neurons in your brain. These neurons play a vital role in how you perceive and interact with others. They're responsible for the mimicry or mirroring of others' emotions that allows you to feel what they're feeling. This neural limitation is what enables you to grasp the emotional states of others intuitively and instantaneously. Cultivating empathy involves both cognitive and emotional aspects. The cognitive aspect requires you to understand the other person's perspective, and the emotional part involves feeling the emotions that the other person is experiencing. It's a delicate balance between thinking and feeling. Through empathetic engagement, you'll gain a deeper understanding of people's unspoken thoughts, motives, and desires. This can enhance your mind reading abilities immensely. You'll start to pick up on subtle emotional cues, body language, and facial expressions that can provide insight into what a person is thinking. Chapter 5: Practicing Active Listening. Building on your empathetic abilities, you'll find that practicing active listening is a vital tool for enhancing your mind reading skills. Active listening isn't just about hearing words, it's a full engagement process that involves understanding and interpreting the speaker's message. In scientific terms, active listening is a cognitive process that requires significant mental effort. It's not passive reception of sound waves, but active decoding, analysis, and synthesis of information. This practice requires you to focus on the individual's words, tone, and pace, all while suppressing your internal chatter and suspending judgment. To enhance your mind reading abilities through active listening, you'll need to apply certain techniques. First, provide feedback. This doesn't mean interrupting the speaker but rather reflecting on what they've said. This could be through paraphrasing or summarizing their point to ensure a clear understanding. Second, ask open-ended questions. Such inquiries allow the speaker to elaborate more and provide you with additional information to decode their thoughts. Don't forget to use affirmations like "I see" or "go on" to show your engagement. Third, avoid distractions. To fully listen, you need to shut down all other activities. This includes avoiding interference from your thoughts. Remember, the goal is to understand the speaker and not to prepare a response. In a nutshell, active listening is an essential skill in mind reading and it needs practice. It's about understanding others and in turn being able to predict or read their minds. Chapter 6, Mastering Nonverbal Cues. Delving into the world of nonverbal cues, you'll find they serve as an unspoken language, often revealing more about a person's thoughts and feelings than their spoken words. These cues are generally emitted unconsciously, making them a more accurate reflection of a person's true feelings, attitudes, and intentions. They're categorized into various types, including body movements, facial expressions, gestures, and even the use of space and touch. Body movements, also known as kinesics, encompass everything from posture to the way you walk. For instance, if someone's posture is slumped, they may be feeling down or lacking confidence. Conversely, a person with an erect posture often exudes confidence and assurance. Facial expressions, on the other hand, are complex and multifaceted. A slight twitch of the mouth or furrowing of the brows can reveal a myriad of emotions, from anxiety to joy. To master this, you'll need to learn to decipher these subtle changes and understand their implications. Gestures like thumbs up or a clenched fist are often dependent on cultural context. They can signify a variety of sentiments, from approval to aggression. To accurately interpret these, you must be aware of the cultural background and norms of the person you're observing. Lastly, the use of space in touch, known as proxemic and haptics respectively, can provide insights into a person's comfort level and their relationship with others. Close proximity and touch usually suggest intimacy or comfort, while greater distance may indicate discomfort or formality. Mastering these nonverbal cues is an integral part of mind reading, enabling you to better understand and predict people's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Chapter 7, Enhancing Observation Skills. As you hone your ability to read nonverbal cues, it's vital to simultaneously sharpen your overall observation skills, as this is the bedrock upon which mind reading is built. These aren't just about noticing obvious actions, they're about discerning the minutiae of human behavior and harnessing the power of keen perception to enhance your observation skills. Start with a simple exercise. People watching this may sound simple, but it's a practical way to improve your ability to pick up on small details. Pay attention to how individuals interact, the expressions they use, their body language, and even their silence. Remember, it's not about making assumptions but about gathering data. Next, focus on improving your memory. This is key in recalling and analyzing the data you've observed. Try memory enhancing games or techniques like visualization or mnemonic devices. Fostering a strong memory will help you retain the patterns and details you've observed more effectively. Developing a keen sense of intuition is also pivotal. while this might seem more abstract, intuition is fundamentally your brain making connections based on the data you've observed. It's about trusting your gut feelings based on the evidence you've gathered. Lastly, practice mindfulness. This means being in the present moment, focusing on what's happening now rather than dwelling on the past or anticipating the future. Mindfulness enhances your observation skills by keeping your mind clear and ready to absorb information. Chapter 8: Creating Mental Connections. Exploring mental connections, often referred to as cognitive mapping, is your brain's natural way of linking observations to prior knowledge, and it's an essential component in the process of mind reading. When you interact with others, your brain is constantly comparing and contrasting current observations with stored memories. This process enables you to make connections that can help you understand others' thoughts and feelings. Let's investigate deeper into this. When you observe someone's behavior or expression, your brain immediately starts to make a connection. It refers to a mental database of past experiences, matching the observed behavior with a similar one from the past. This cognitive mapping allows you to infer what the person might be thinking or feeling based on your previous experiences. For example, if someone's facial expression matches one you've seen before when a person was sad, you might infer that the individual is experiencing sadness. However, it's important to remember that these connections aren't always accurate. They're based on your personal experiences and may not apply to everyone. The key to improving the accuracy of your mental connections is through learning and experience. The more situations you encounter and the more people you interact with, the more diverse and accurate your mental database becomes. In essence, creating mental connections is about using your experiences to predict others' thoughts, feelings, and likely reactions. The beauty of this process is that it's ongoing and dynamic, constantly evolving with every interaction. Remember, it's an art that requires practice, but it's an essential step toward effective mind reading. Chapter and building trust and rapport. While honing your ability to create mental connections is a significant part of mind reading, another key element of this process is building trust and rapport with the people you're trying to understand. Trust is the foundation upon which rapport is built. Without trust, it's nearly impossible to establish a strong connection that enables effective mind reading. Trust isn't something that happens overnight, it's a gradual process that requires consistent actions and words from your end. Start by showing genuine interest in the other person. Ask about their day, their experiences, their hopes and fears. Listen carefully to their responses, demonstrating that you value their perspective. Next, you need to show empathy. To do this, try to put yourself in their shoes, understand their feelings and validate them. Don't just nod and smile, show that you truly comprehend their emotions. This not only fosters trust but also provides significant insight into their mental processes. Building rapport is about establishing a mutual understanding or connection. You can accomplish this by copying their body language, making facial expressions and speaking in a similar tone. This creates a sense of familiarity and comfort, enabling them to open up more. Chapter 10, Exploring Telepathy Techniques. Now let's explore the world of telepathy techniques, a fascinating aspect of mind reading that involves transmitting or receiving thoughts directly without using conventional senses. This discipline has intrigued scientists and researchers for centuries, and although it's considered as a fringe science, it's worthy of your attention considering your interest in mind reading. Firstly, familiarize yourself with the two types of telepathy: instinctive, natural, and intellectual. Learned instinctive telepathy is when you intuitively sense someone's emotions or thoughts without any conscious thought, a phenomenon often observed among close friends, family members, or twins. Intellectual telepathy, on the other hand, involves consciously sending and receiving thoughts. Begin your exploration with the most basic technique: visualization. In a relaxed state, vividly imagine the person you want to communicate with. Formulate a clear message, then visualize it being sent to the individual. It's crucial to maintain focus and belief in the process. Another technique is emotional telepathy or empathy, where you tap into the feelings of others. This requires a high level of emotional intelligence, sensitivity, and practice. Meditation and mindfulness exercises can enhance your abilities. Lastly, there's clairvoyant telepathy, which requires a heightened level of concentration and visualization skills. You'd need to visualize the person and the message in great detail, almost like a movie playing in your mind. Chapter 11, Harnessing Energy Fields. Ever considered how harnessing energy fields could greatly enhance your telepathic abilities? The field of bioenergetics suggests that our bodies emit an electromagnetic field, often referred to as an aura or energy field. This field interacts with the environment and people around us, affecting our mental, emotional, and physical states. Scientifically, this energy field originates from the electrically charged particles within and around us. It's a dynamic field, fluctuating and changing with our thoughts, emotions, and overall health. By learning to control and harness this energy, you could theoretically improve your mind reading capabilities. To begin, you'll need to become aware of your energy field. Start by focusing on the sensations you experience when you're around others. Do you feel a shift in your mood or energy? That's likely due to your energy field interacting with theirs. Next, work on strengthening your energy field. Just as you'd build physical strength through exercise, you'll need to train your energy field. Regular meditation, mindfulness, and grounding techniques can help. These practices increase your sensitivity to energy shifts and improve your ability to control your energy field. Chapter 12, Utilizing Visualization Exercises. Building on your ability to harness energy fields, you can further refine your mind reading skills with visualization exercises. These exercises help to create a mental image of the person whose mind you're trying to read, and they serve as a mental map of their thoughts. To start, choose a quiet, comfortable space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and try to clear your mind. Next, visualize the person you're trying to read. Imagine their face, their posture, their expressions. Try to see them as clearly as possible in your mind's eye. Once this image is clear, start to imagine their thoughts as tangible objects within a field around them. You might visualize these thoughts as clouds, stars, or particles of light. Each thought has its own unique shape, color, and intensity. Now you can start to interact with these thoughts. Reach out with your mind and touch these images. As you do, try to sense the emotions and intentions behind each thought. Do they feel positive or negative? Are they focused or scattered? This is where your ability to harness energy fields comes into play. These energy fields are the connections between your mind and theirs. By visualizing these thoughts and energy fields, you're creating a bridge between your mind and theirs. Remember that visualization is a skill that requires practice. Don't be discouraged if you don't get clear images or feelings right away. Keep practicing and you'll find your ability to read minds improving over time. Next, we'll discuss how mindfulness practices can further enhance your mind reading abilities. Chapter 13: Engaging in mindfulness practices to enhance your mind reading abilities. It's essential to engage in mindfulness practices that help you become more attuned to your own thoughts and emotions as well as those of others. Mindfulness is a psychological process that involves being aware of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surroundings in the present moment. It's about tuning in rather than tuning out. By practicing mindfulness, you're developing a heightened sense of self-awareness, which is vital in mind reading. It allows you to be in tune with your mental processes, making it easier to perceive and understand the thoughts and feelings of others. This ability to empathize on a deeper level enhances your capacity to accurately interpret nonverbal cues, an essential skill in mind reading. The practice of meditation, yoga, or simply focusing on your breathing and body sensations for a few minutes each day are all ways to cultivate mindfulness. These exercises help you to stay present and avoid getting caught up in thoughts about the past or future, which can cloud your ability to read mind effectively. According to scientific studies, mindfulness improves the anterior cingulate cortex, which is responsible for attention management and cognitive flexibility. These are fundamental in mind reading as they allow you to switch your focus from your own thoughts to those of others. Chapter 14: Implementing memory enhancement techniques. Enhancing your memory is an important component of successful mind reading, often overlooked in the exploration of this skill. A strong memory helps you recall and process information quickly, enabling you to make accurate interpretations of people's thoughts. Now let's delve into some scientifically proven strategies to bolster your memory. First off, engage in regular physical exercise. It's not just for your body but for your brain too. According to studies, regular aerobic exercise increases the size of the hippocampus, which is responsible for verbal memory and learning, so don't slack off on your workouts. Next up is maintaining a healthy diet. Foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and B vitamins such as fruits, vegetables, and fish can improve memory and cognition. Cut down on processed foods and sugar, which can impair brain function and memory. Sleep is another essential factor. Based on study findings, sleep improves memory Consolidation, which is the process of stabilizing a memory trace following initial acquisition. Make sure you're getting enough shut-eye. Lastly, consider memory boosting activities. This includes mindfulness meditation, which has been shown to enhance short-term memory in people of all ages. Puzzles and brain games can also help keep your memory sharp. Chapter 15, Recognizing patterns and symbols. Delving into the world of recognizing patterns and symbols, you'll find it's a pivotal aspect of mind reading that requires keen observation and analytical skills. This isn't about literal mind reading, but instead it's about understanding human behavior, deciphering nonverbal cues, and interpreting patterns that give away what a person might be thinking. Let's start with patterns. People are creatures of habit, tending to repeat certain behaviors when faced with similar situations. Observing these behaviors, you'll begin to correlate them with specific thoughts or emotions. For instance, someone who constantly taps their foot could be anxious or impatient. This doesn't mean every foot tapper is anxious, but it's a pattern worth noting. Symbols, on the other hand, are a bit trickier. They're representations of ideas or concepts that can vary greatly between individuals and cultures. For instance, a thumbs up signifies approval in many Western cultures but can be offensive in others. Recognizing these symbols requires a broad understanding of cultural nuances, body language, and personal idiosyncrasies. Keep in mind, patterns and symbols aren't universal. You'll need to observe each person individually, taking into account their personal history and cultural background. Additionally, don't make snap judgment. Instead, watch for recurring behaviors over time and evaluate the context in which they occur. Also, remember that body language and facial expressions often speak louder than words. Recognizing patterns and symbols is a complex yet rewarding skill in mind reading. It's like putting together a puzzle where each piece is a clue to understanding a person's thoughts and feelings. Chapter 16, Deciphering verbal clues. But what about verbal clues? Those subtle cues hidden in a person's speech that can reveal what's truly on their mind. In mind reading, you're not just listening to the words spoken, you're analyzing them as you explore deeper into the art of mentalism. Understanding these verbal cues becomes essential. The first step is to detect the tone. Is it flat, emotional, or hesitant? A flat tone might suggest disinterest or boredom. An emotional tone could signal passion or anger, and hesitation could indicate doubt or uncertainty. Next, pay attention to the pace of speech. Rapid speech often signifies excitement or nervousness, while a slower pace could imply careful thought or deception. However, don't jump to conclusions based on pace alone. It's important to take into account cultural and personal speech norms as well. Furthermore, focus on the choice of words. Are they using positive or negative language? Are they being vague or specific? Ambiguity can often conceal true feelings or thoughts, while specificity can reveal a person's focus or interest. Lastly, consider syntax, the way sentences are constructed. Often people subconsciously structure their sentences in a way that reflects their inner thoughts. For instance, if someone frequently uses passive voice, they might be trying to avoid responsibility. Chapter 17, Unveiling Subconscious Signals. Now let's uncover the world of subconscious signals, the unspoken language of the mind that often reveals more about a person's thoughts and intentions than any spoken words. These signals, also known as nonverbal cues, encompass a wide range of behaviors from body language to physiological responses. They're powerful tools in mind reading, allowing you to tap into a person's unexpressed thoughts and feelings when you're interacting with someone. Observe their body language. Are their arms crossed defensively, or are they open and relaxed? This could hint at their emotional state or attitude. Posture also provides valuable insights. Someone who's confident or dominant may stand tall and straight, while a person feeling insecure or submissive might slouch. Another subconscious signal is touch. When a person touches their face during a conversation, it often indicates that they're feeling anxious, unsure, or lying. However, it's important not to jump to conclusions based on a single signal. Instead, look for clusters of signals that support your interpretation. Physiological cues like increased heart rate or sweating also reveal subconscious thoughts. They're harder to observe, but with careful attention you can notice subtle signs like flushed skin or rapid breathing. But remember, these could also be responses to physical factors like heat or exercise, so context is key. Unveiling subconscious signals is like learning a new language. It takes time and practice, but once you master it, you'll have a deeper understanding of others' thoughts and emotions. You are one step closer to being a great mind reader. Chapter 18, Analyzing Micro Expressions. Moving forward, you'll find that micro expressions, brief involuntary facial expressions, provide a wealth of information about a person's genuine emotions. They occur in as little as 1/115th to 1/125th of a second, making them challenging to perceive without proper training. However, with diligent observation and practice, you can become adept at identifying these subtle cues. Micro expressions are universal, meaning they're consistent across cultures. This universality is remarkable and suggests a biological basis for these expressions. They're tied to 7 primary emotions: happiness, sadness, fear, surprise, disgust, contempt, and anger. Recognizing these expressions can give you valuable insights into a person's characterized by raised eyebrows, widened eyes, and a narrow jaw, while disgust often involves a wrinkling of the nose and raising of the upper lip. These are just a few examples of the intricacies involved in analyzing micro expressions. It's important to note that micro expressions don't always equate to deception. They merely reveal concealed or subconscious emotions. It's your job to analyze these in context, considering other factors like body language, vocal tone, and the situation at hand. Chapter 19, Detecting Emotional States. While comprehending micro-expressions is a vital step, accurately recognizing Emotional states necessitates a multifaceted strategy that considers body language, vocal inflections and context. It's an intricate process that demands your attention to a range of subtle cues. Vocal inflections or changes in pitch, speed and volume of speech can be incredibly revealing. Excitement, for instance, often results in a faster, higher pitch speech, while sadness can lead to slower, lower pitch speech. Listen closely to these variations, since they can reveal important information about a person's mental state. Context is another vital factor. If you're trying to read someone's mind in a noisy, crowded environment, their emotional state may be influenced by the situation. They might be displaying signs of stress or discomfort, which could be easily misinterpreted if you're not considering the context. Remember that detecting emotional states isn't an exact science. Emotions are complex and multidimensional, often coexisting or rapidly changing. What's more, cultural factors can influence how emotions are expressed and interpreted. Your ability to accurately detect emotional states will improve with practice and experience. It's about refining your observational skills and developing an understanding of human behavior. It's not about making snap judgments, but rather making educated guesses based on the available information. Next, we'll explore further into the role of body language in mind reading, but so far you're on the right track to becoming an effective mind reader. Chapter 20: Understanding Body Language. Delving into the world of body language, you'll find it to be a powerful tool in deciphering the thoughts and emotions of others. Body language expresses a person's inner state, whether it's comfort, discomfort, openness, defensiveness, or interest. It's an unconscious form of communication that's integral to human interaction. The first factor you need to observe is posture, and an upright posture usually signifies confidence and self-assuredness, while a slumped one often indicates insecurity or depression. Observe how a person positions their arms and legs. Crossed arms can mean defensiveness or discomfort, while crossed legs might indicate nervousness. Next, pay attention to a person's movements. Rapid, jerky movements often signal nervousness or agitation. On the other hand, slow, deliberate movements can signify self-confidence, calmness, or contemplation. Gestures are another essential piece of the puzzle. They usually emphasize verbal communication but can also reveal unspoken thoughts. For instance, touching the face often indicates discomfort or deception, while open palms can signify honesty and openness. And Chapter 21: Interpreting Eye Movements. After mastering the art of understanding body language, it's time for you to explore another revealing aspect of nonverbal communication: interpreting eye movements. Eyes are often called the windows to the soul, and for good reason. They can offer a wealth of information about a person's thoughts and feelings if you know how to interpret them correctly. To begin, let's explore pupil dilation. According to scientific studies, our pupils dilate or widen when we are interested in something or someone. Conversely, our pupils contract or narrow when we're disinterested or uncomfortable. By observing someone's pupils, you can gain insight into their level of interest or comfort with the topic or person. Next, pay attention to blinking rates. An average person blinks about 15 to 20 times per minute. However, however, when someone is under stress or feeling uncomfortable, their blinking rate often increases, consequently an elevated blinking rate may indicate that a person is feeling stressed or uneasy. Eye contact is another important element. Steady eye contact usually signifies confidence and sincerity, while avoiding eye contact can suggest discomfort or dishonesty. However, it's important to take cultural differences into account, as eye contact norms can vary widely across different cultures. Chapter 22, Uncovering Deception Indicators. Moving forward, you'll find that uncovering deception indicators is an important skill in the practice of mind reading. Deception indicators or cues are physical or verbal signs that a person may be lying. Scientifically, these cues aren't 100% accurate, but when clustered together they can provide significant insights into a person's honesty. You'll notice that body language plays a pivotal role in detecting deception. Liars often exhibit signs of discomfort like fidgeting, maintaining poor eye contact, or touching their face frequently. The science behind these indicators lies in the fact that deception increases cognitive load, leading to an increase in these leakage behaviors. Verbal cues are equally important. A person lying might use complex sentences, unnecessary details, or stammer more than usual. They may avoid direct answers and use distancing language to separate themselves from the lie. In relation to pitch, a higher one can indicate stress often associated with deception. It's vital to remember that these cues aren't foolproof. They're impacted by individual differences and context. For instance, a naturally anxious person might exhibit some of these indicators even when telling the truth, or a seasoned liar might not show any at all. Practicing mind reading isn't about labeling people as liars or truth-tellers, but about understanding others more deeply. Observing these deception indicators can definitely enhance your ability to read minds, but always consider them within the broader context of the individual's behavior and situation. Chapter 23, Enhancing Mind Reading Accuracy. To enhance your mind reading accuracy, it's essential to not only focus on spotting deception indicators, but also to master the art of empathetic listening and observation. Analyzing body language, tone, and facial expressions may provide a wealth of information beyond their spoken words. However, it's not enough to just observe. You need to understand the emotions driving these cues. Empathetic listening allows you to penetrate to the heart of their ideas and feelings, increasing your accuracy in mind reading. To perfect your empathetic listening skills, you must first learn to suppress your own judgments and reactions. This allows you to fully absorb what the other person is expressing, both verbally and non-verbally. You'll find that people often reveal more about their thoughts when they believe they're being understood and valued. Next, you should focus on honing your observation skills. Pay close attention to both the big picture and minute details. For example, a minor change in facial expression or body posture can suggest a shift in feelings or ideas. Remember, consistency is key. Inconsistencies between verbal and nonverbal cues often signal deception or hidden thoughts. Chapter 24, Practicing Ethical Considerations. While you're delving into the territories of mind reading, it's essential you're mindful of the ethical implications inherent in this practice. Consideration of ethics is vital in any field, and mind reading is no exception. It's not just about acquiring the ability to read minds, but using the skill responsibly and respectfully. Firstly, you must respect the privacy of others. Just because you can tap into someone's thoughts doesn't mean you should. It's akin to eavesdropping or snooping through personal belongings. You're stepping into a personal space, and it's critical that you do so with consent or in situations where it's deemed absolutely necessary. Secondly, how you react to or use the information you obtain matters. If you stumble upon someone's insecurities, fears, or secrets, it's unethical to exploit these for personal gain or to cause harm. Additionally, it's equally wrong to manipulate people based on the insights you've gleaned from their minds. Lastly, be aware of the potential psychological impact on yourself. Applying mind reading in daily life. Now that you're aware of the ethical considerations, let's explore how to apply mind reading in your daily life. This doesn't involve any supernatural powers, but rather a clever mix of psychology and observational skills. First, practice active listening when engaging in a conversation. This is a simple yet effective way to understand people's thoughts and feelings. Pay attention to their words, tone of voice, and body language. You can often glean valuable insights from these cues. Next, observe their nonverbal communication. Facial expressions, body posture, and eye movements can reveal thoughts and emotions that words can't. For instance, crossed arms might indicate defensiveness, while frequent eye contact may suggest interest. Also, empathize with the person you're interacting with. By putting yourself in their shoes, you'll be able to better understand their perspective. This is a fundamental principle in mind reading and can greatly enhance your interpersonal relationships. Finally, test your assumptions. If you think someone is upset based on their tone and body language, ask them. It's possible that you've misread the signals. Applying mind reading in your daily life isn't about manipulating others or invading their privacy. It's about enhancing your communication skills and understanding others better. This can result in healthier relationships, better decision-making, and a more fulfilling existence. In wrapping up, cracking the human mind isn't rocket science. With the right intentions, honed intuition, and cultivated empathy, you're on your way to deciphering thoughts. Active listening and deception detection further bolster your mind reading prowess. However, remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use your newfound skill ethically and wisely. Soon you'll be smoothly maneuvering social interactions, understanding what people truly think. Embrace this journey of mind reading. It's transformative. The video concludes with an awe-inspiring image of two individuals sharing a profound, wordless understanding, illuminated by soft, radiant light. The narrator highlights the key takeaways from the audiobook, emphasizing how sharpening intuition and awareness can enhance relationships and communication. The final scene fades to the words, "Understand minds, connect deeper," displayed over a serene starry background, leaving viewers inspired to unlock the secrets of mind reading in their own lives.